One of our favorite confidence hacks is to feel good in our outfits. Today, we're covering 10 ways to update your look this season and every season without spending money. Maybe you didn't realize that a few simple styling tricks of everyday basics or digging into your closet for a trending color can instantly revamp your outfit. Common belief is that if you buy enough stuff, your style will improve. However, buying more clothes is usually not the answer. Tune in to find hidden gems and learn about the spring 2025 trend you already own.
If you're a multi-passionate hustler who loves squeezing the juice out of life and is always looking to get to the next level, then Share the Wealth is for you. Welcome. I'm Ziba.
And I'm Sarah.
We're two friends who just happen to live across the street from each other and share a deep passion for entrepreneurship and wellness. After meeting as neighbors, we quickly bonded over our similar journeys, starting out in Fortune 500 companies before diving headfirst into the world of entrepreneurship and opening fitness studios.
Together, we bring unique perspectives to the table, combining years of experience in business, fitness, and personal growth. Join us and our incredible guests as we explore the realities of being ambitious women, navigating business, motherhood, wellness, and the many twists and turns life throws our way. So let's start sharing.
Well, it's hilarious how we are here to talk about spring fashion for 2025, but we are sitting amongst snow.
Gotta think ahead, gotta think positive.
May 2022, we had a day in May where it snowed. Do you remember that?
Yes, around Mother's Day. Everyone wants to plant their flowers, and that was depressing. That won't happen this year.
No, it's not going to happen. And today we're so excited to be talking about different ways to refresh your spring style without spending money.
I am so excited. I'm ready for spring. I actually didn't tell you this. I walked over today. I didn't try. That says something.
Yeah, it does say something because Sarah and I's house is a whopping 45-second walk away. And sometimes it's not feasible in this weather.
I've been driving. So today I walked, and that means it's time. It's time to talk about our spring wardrobes.
Definitely. It's the beginning of the end, or it's whatever you want to call it. And we're here for it. And I think one of the things that, as a stylist and fashion creator, that I see people struggling with is feeling overwhelmed at the change of seasons, because it feels like a whole new fashion download and you might not be up to speed on it, or even just that, your body changes and suddenly things don't fit anymore, or you outgrew that style, or maybe your lifestyle changed. It can be overwhelming. You feel like you have to spend a lot of money.
You don't. That's what we're here to share today. And I feel like I can relate to that. I always want to purge all of my past season clothes and start from scratch. While that idea is good because we do want to be maintaining closets, right? And seeing what we have, you don't have to go out and buy all new things right away. And you shouldn't, because then who knows, if it's the beginning of the season, mid-season, you might have a different idea of what you really want to be wearing.
Yeah, 100%. And so the way to approach every season, I try to always think about looking for new styling tweaks in the clothes that you already have. And these are basics, like your workhorse pieces in your wardrobe, like button downs, denim, scarves, accessories, because even just slight styling tweaks can really update your style and you don't have to go out and buy new things. The second thing that is very helpful and difficult is keeping a check on what you actually have, like what you were talking about before, because sometimes things get buried and you didn't wear them for the whole season. You're like, oh no, you found the thing with the tag still or whatever, and they're still there and you haven't worn them, and you're not able to really determine what to wear or even have a chance of having a great outfit.
You posted one of your videos recently about how, don't buy too many of the same thing. You could stay on top of it, because then you get overwhelmed and you can't choose. I'm guilty of that with white button downs. Over the past year, I've been purchasing these white button downs.
So good.
And they are, and maybe you'd want more than one.
But not 10.
No. So that's just a great piece of advice, that maybe when you are doing maintenance on your closet, look at what you have a lot of and cut.
And that's one thing that helps me when I shop or things are sent to me. I'm always looking for things I don't already have, because what happens is a lot of times I'll gravitate towards a certain silhouette or a certain type of bag style or blazer style. And then I think, where am I going to put all this stuff? And then two, how am I going to, on the day of, when I'm building my outfit in a rush, I just want to get out the door and have to make that extra decision of, do I wear this quilted black tote, or do I wear this other one or this other one? It becomes overwhelming and you're just kind of wasting space and money.
Yeah.
and sanity.
Yes, sanity is maybe the most important thing. You mentioned tweaking the items you already have, staying on top of personal styling trends or styling trends. That might sound like, oh my gosh, how do I stay on top of these trends? It doesn't mean you need to buy Vogue and skim the pages. It's so easy nowadays. People like you are out there giving you quick how to wear this belt, how to style this white button down. If I see something on Instagram, I'll save it. I've gone back many times to look at a styling tip.
Yeah.
It shouldn't feel so overwhelming, right? So many people doing it, and it's digestible content. You just have to pay attention.
Definitely. And if you naturally gravitate to fashion and style and looking at it passively, again, like you mentioned, you don't have to go out and get all the fashion journals. Just have fun. That will build your confidence. The other thing that really builds confidence, and the third point of shopping your closet every season, is after you do that closet cleanse, is to go and practice your outfits. Set a date with yourself, make it fun, and play music, tea, wine, whatever your jam is. Think of like 3 or 4 outfits that you have seen either on social media, Pinterest, whatever it is, celeb style. Can I recreate this today?
I don't think enough people do that.
No.
I don't. And I will once in a while, but usually when I'm preparing for something, maybe it's not the day of it, and I am getting ahead of it for an event. I just end up trying on a few different looks, and that sticks with me. I've never done it kind of for no reason, and I think that'd be really, really helpful.
Well, we're also short on time, right? So it's like that's like the last thing on your mind. But if you can carve out time, it's amazing the confidence it brings, because when you feel good about your outfit, you move differently through the world. It's a nice way to reconnect with yourself and have a little me time and dream a little bit about, the kind of thing and image that you want to project to the world.
Yeah, it's harder sometimes when you're in the moment and you're getting ready for something and
It never works out.
It never works out. And then if you're doing something like this, just practicing your outfits for no real reason other than seeing what you like and what fits and what goes together, then you kind of have a clear head, I would imagine, and you can say, wow, these barrel jeans, I really love them because they're comfortable. How am I going to make them work with a top, rather than in the moment being like, I want to wear these jeans, but I don't have the right top. I love that idea, and I really, mark my words, I'm going to do it.
And usually when you're playing around with new denim in particular, the most important thing is the shoes. The hemline, it can just really take you in so many directions. So like the wide leg jean is not going to require the same shoe as a skinny jean as a barrel leg. And that's when sometimes you can go out there and feel like, gosh, my outfit's not quite working, or it's not looking the way I thought it would in my head. It usually has to do with footwear.
That's a great point, because a lot of the time footwear is an afterthought. I wasn't even thinking footwear this whole time. Right, taking the time to put different shoes on is a time thing too. So
yeah, definitely.
That's where most people get discouraged, but it might save you time.
Absolutely, it will. And this is a good segue to the first way to update your spring style without spending money, which is re-looking at your jeans. Sometimes we have these fun silhouettes, like barrel jeans or like really baggy jeans that are really cool right now, or the skinny jeans that are also, fashion is so, I think, like bipolar sometimes. But looking at your old pair of jeans and thinking about like how to make them brand new. And one of the easiest ways to do it right now is an all monochrome look. It's one of those classic looks that right now is very trendy, and it's literally wearing a denim shirt with your denim jeans. This is the look of the moment. It's so simple, right?
I'm laughing because, well, what do we call that? Canadian tuck.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also how my dad dresses.
Seriously, Dad sometimes had it right the whole time.
We would make fun of him. It is funny how you say fashion is bipolar, because it wasn't too long ago, maybe a year and a half, where it's like skinny jeans are out, maybe 2 years. No skinny jeans. I kept my skinny jeans because they were easy for me to wear with boots. I bought new jeans too, but I was happy to hear that technically, the fashion gods that be say that they're back, because I have them. Just got to dig them out and try them with a denim top, apparently.
Yeah, and this is where you really have to use your discretion when you hear a lot of people talking about it. Sometimes it's clickbaity. You see these articles that say like these big, bold statements. But if it works for your lifestyle and your body, which is really what fashion should be about, and style, like us living here in the middle of snow, potentially until May, we'll have to wear boots. We don't want huge, baggy, beautiful jeans that are puddle pants. We'll be dead in the water, right? We need the skinny jeans that we can tuck in the boots. So it really becomes about that. The other way to update your jeans, speaking of that, if you have a longer pair of jeans, is a straight leg and just cuffing it yourself. Cuffing has
Cuffing under, are you saying?
over.
Or
So, like,
over?
making a deliberate cuffing line is a trend that we're seeing. Brands are making jeans already cuffed, kind of sewn in. If you don't want to buy them, you can easily cuff them yourself. And I think it looks so chic with updated spring footwear, like wedges platforms, or even boots like us tucking them under. It's just a really kind of fresh way to look at an old pair of jeans and not, go out and buy like the new cuff pair, but, making it new.
Right. And so, like, cuffing them, like you said, doesn't require a seamstress.
No, exactly.
You're just cuffing them. It's, of course, like you're mentioning the ones that are coming cuffed, maybe they are stitched, but yours don't have to be. And again, this is reminding me of a pair of jeans I have from a long time ago that I got locally here, actually, at Paisley Boutique that are cuffed, and I have to take them out. I'm proud of myself, although going back to wanting to purge seasonally, denim is maybe something you shouldn't be so liberal about, right? It seems like these trends are just a little bit faster even than some of the general fashion trends. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's gotten so fast and what it calls like anti-talk aesthetic, meaning TikTok, because TikTok really accelerated the speed of fashion trends. So now we're seeing the alpha generation shun that and be like, you know what? They can go away. We're going to do our own thing, personalized, customized. It's about personal style, classic pendulum thinking where things go so far in one direction. People are chasing trends and aesthetics and all these things where, the younger generation is like, no, thanks. We're going to do our own thing. It's a good lesson for millennials and Gen X.
Not to follow clickbait.
Just what works for you. Some people get emotional and take trends personally. But if you think about it as a way to get re-inspired with your wardrobe, then it doesn't become so like, oh my gosh, I'm out of style. Like, it's not about that.
Right.
It's more about like, hey, you know what? If the boho chic trend is in now, it's not if you don't look super flowy flower girl that you're going to look outdated. It's more like, hey, if you want to play around with these new silhouettes and this inspires you and you like it, then how cool is that?
Yep.
So getting back to denim, last thing to quickly update any old pair of jeans is with a belt. I know that we're always talking about belts.
Well, yeah, you had shared, or you continue to share, about how a belt really pulls an outfit together. I more recently have been wearing belts, not right now, but I got a few belts, just basic, black, brown, green. They've been great. It's the last thing I put on, and it does make me feel a little bit more put together and thoughtful. And sometimes you need it for it to do its job, to keep pants in place or whatnot.
Every now and again, right? Yeah, cinch the waist. For some body types, like I'm slight pear shape. If I don't determine where my waist is and make that evident, it's easy for me to look wider than I am. Sometimes it can help when you find that waist definition, help you not only like look a little leaner, but also taller too, because you can also kind of fake where your waist is.
Yeah.
You'd be like, no, my waist is all the way up here.
Right. It's not always, doesn't always have to be in a belt loop. It can be on top of a flowy blouse, a pair of trousers.
Which brings us to the second way to update your spring style without spending money. It is belt stacking. And this is so nuts to me. And you started kind of seeing it creep in last season. But it's literally wearing 2 or 3 or however many your body can handle belts that are not related. Belt stacking.
Wow.
Yep.
This is news to me. So are we talking like over a dress? Because you need to have the space, right, to wear it. So something flowy and then just pulling it all in.
Yeah.
A few belts.
And there's jeans, not that you don't want to go out and buy something, but there are jeans that now have 2 belt loops. But you can also recreate that. I feel like it was it Bella Hadid that I just saw do this? Kylie Jenner, like those girls and the LA people doing it in their jeans. But I think I would try it with a slip dress or something where like or to pull together like a very flowy boho, like to kind of build that up. You do need space. If you have that room, I would probably do 2. We saw the cord belt and then like a belt and then something that has like more metal.
Wow.
So it's very divergent styles put together. If you don't want that, you can do a belt and a belt bag, almost like a fanny pack, but more refined, like more like smaller intentional, where you can put a wallet, pouch. If you are that person who's like in for a new trend, it's a really easy way belt stacking, or belts that do multiple ties, which I have from a few years ago. Wrap around you a couple times,
and it looks like multiple belts.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I love that. You shared earlier one that was like a corset belt, right? So I feel like, again, They'll keep talking about how trends come back around. I had a strip of leather I would wrap around a loose button-down shirt. And where is it now? I don't know, but I'm happy to do that again. Because again, it pulls an outfit together. It makes you look more refined.
Number 3 is triangle scarves. Have you been wearing?
I haven't, but I want to. I have many from, I used to, I feel like, tie them on my purses.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about what that does for an outfit.
There's been a lot of obsession around the neck area over the last couple of seasons. Turtlenecks, people were freaking out about, like, turtleneck, everything has to be a high neck, mock neck. You know, these coats and jackets that have the detachable scarves, like, it feels like they were everywhere. And Burberry, Kate, all of these designers put so much attention into kind of building those up and over. And so I feel like even into the spring, you're seeing that kind of remaining thing happening. So the triangle scarf is a throwback. It's a triangle shaped scarf. You can create yourself. Like, you don't have to go out and buy them, even though they are selling triangle scarves. You can make one yourself, wear it like a cape, which, by the way, it's a whole other segment, which capes are so huge. I don't know why. But it's kind of that, you know, superhero caping kind of thing over your shoulders. And the other thing that you can do if you don't have a scarf is just a sweatshirt or a knit over your shoulders in a classic preppy way. That was a huge trending TikTok, thousands of videos on how to tie a sweater around your shoulders.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning smaller scarves around your neck.
Those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw you share that look.
Anything to bring attention to your neck is all the rage right now. They even have detachable collars you can buy. Like, you don't, you know, like,
Just to go under, to layer, look like you're layering.
yes, to look like you're layering, which brings us to number 4, layering. We all have a crew neck shirt and sweater. And
Butcher.
yeah, such a staple. This year, no one is wearing it without a t-shirt underneath. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I do. On a crew neck, the t-shirt underneath is subtle.
Correct. Yes, it's just a little hint.
And what are the guardrails there? Is it any t-shirt? Does it have to be the same shape? What are you saying?
Great question, Sarah. So I would say that one of the lessons that I've had in styling my own t-shirt crew neck situation is that I had a t-shirt that had a kind of a baggier neck, and that looked awful. Awful. You want to have a tighter t-shirt underneath. And the other way too, if you don't have a t-shirt that has a very pronounced above the crew neck neckline, you can flip it around to the back because it's usually higher. So it pops a little bit more. The best part of aging in 2025 is doing it on our own terms. If you're like us and want to keep the grays at bay, we're excited to share our experience with Array, known as the wrinkle cream of hair care. Array is the first functional beauty brand to target aging hair with a proactive, science-driven approach. Today we're offering an exclusive 15% off discount code on your purchase of Share the Well 15. That's spelled ShareThewellth 15. I discovered Array 3 years ago when I first started noticing grays, and they've been a part of my hair care routine since. Sarah is starting it now and excited to report back, so why not get started with 15% off? From dry shampoo to root serum to supplements, Array has got you covered in a way hair color can't. Head to arraygray.com, that's AREYGREY.com. And again, the discount code is ShareTheWealth15.
Love that. That is a great hack. And
Yeah.
I've shared that before, but for everyone new listening, yes, forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just easy, and you can kind of exaggerate that layering situation and have it be very of the moment without buying ones that are being artificially created that have that look, right? Because there's tons of them.
Okay, great. What is it about layering that makes you look more polished?
I think there's a couple of things that are happening with layering. The first, it allows you to insert a different texture. Anytime you mix textures, it elevates the outfit because it makes it more interesting. It can introduce a different texture in a different color, but it can also change the attention of like where your eye goes, whether that is the cuffing, layering your pants, you know, or whether it's the belts, you're adding layers, the shoulder scarf we were talking about, the triangle scarf. Like, it just kind of is a way to introduce interest to your outfit, if that's like the easiest way to kind of think about it.
Yeah, there's more to look at.
Yeah, and manipulate the shape too. So something that could be a rectangle becomes an hourglass with a belt, or something that could be a little bit more imbalanced. We look a lot for balance in outfits. So sometimes you have skinny jeans and you have kind of a, more fitted top. And then you're like, wow, I really need something to balance the outfit. So having that drapey scarf helps balance out the eye. You don't look like a straight line.
Yep. Makes sense. Layer up.
Layer it up. Talking about layering, we are jacket and coat enthusiasts, would you say?
Yes. Yes. I think especially spending a lot of my time in activewear, so leggings and, whatever you wear to work out, putting on my coat has always, this season has really made me feel put together.
The only thing
Earrings.
people see at the end of the day, here, where we are.
Yeah, it's the coats are important. I have been renting my clothes lately, and this past winter, I rented a lot of coats. Every month I would get a coat. It was amazing because I would get a faux fur jacket that I wore for some holiday parties, and then I did end up getting like a floral puffer that I didn't want to buy, but I wanted to wear it once in a while, and that was great for the ski lodge. Coats are very important. I've had a Sherpa one in my closet for 4 years, and every winter I look forward to putting that on.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It's like a hug.
warm. Yes. And then you've got your more technical ones that keep you warm, which aren't as exciting, but also very important.
Well, this brings us to our point of how to refresh your style, which is wearing that kind of wrong jacket with an unexpected outfit. So it's related to the wrong shoe theory, where you have these dresses, you're wearing sneakers, you're wearing sweatpants, but you're wearing heels, something unexpected to elevate your outfit. Who would wear, coined the term wrong jacket theory, and I loved it because I was like, this makes so much sense. Sometimes there's so much stress of like, my coat and jacket are not quite matching the vibe of my outfit. But what we saw designers doing for spring, summer 2025 was deliberately adding the wrong jacket and coat to these outfits.
What was an example?
One of my favorite examples is by Zimmerman, that had this beautiful, flowy, chiffony, ruffly, romantic dress that is very much an aesthetic every spring, but over the top this time because maximalism is back. Surprise. So this is a huge, beautiful, flowy dress. Looks like a queen's dress. And then to top it off, it has a windbreaker because athleisure luxe is all the rage this year. It has not gone away.
That's great news for me.
Athleisure luxe, baby.
Okay, so that example, like a fancy dress with a windbreaker.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, if you're going to a wedding and you're in the gown, you could just throw, if you're feeling so bold.
If you're, I don't know about a wedding, but I would do it on date night.
Okay, gotcha.
Better I mean, maybe that Zimmerman example or the Burberry example. Oh my gosh.
Killed it.
Yeah. There's so many beautiful examples of this that just make you dream. And I think it's just people having a little bit more fun, and also a gravitating influence of designers somehow being more wearable on the runway, except for Marc Jacobs. The silhouettes are still ridiculous. It was Oompa Loompa season. It was like Oompa Loompa like style. But I was like, this is not wearable. But many designers now have almost ready to wear pieces on the runway, which is a departure from having like things that you're like, okay, in some universe, it's going to come down to me where I can wear it. And so we're seeing runway looks be more wearable. And this is kind of an example of like, okay, we have this incredible gown, but then we're kind of like making it a little bit more approachable with this windbreaker that feels like soft and casual and athletic.
Another example, moto jackets.
Yeah, that's next.
Is that part of the wrong jacket theory?
It can be. We saw this in the 90s, like, a lot of like the Doc Martens. Actually, we saw all of these trends in the 90s, the wrong shoe theory with the Doc Marten floral chiffon dresses, the moto jacket. That was my high school uniform. Goth, floral, moto jacket.
This is good news with the moto jacket because a lot of people who buy a leather jacket, whether it's leather, moto style, you probably keep it.
It's a classic.
Something you can dig up and wear it.
90% of our listeners have one in their closet.
Yes, and you can just wear it the wrong way.
You can wear it the wrong way, which is ultimately the right way.
Like
so
a moto jacket over
anything,
a slip dress, or though that doesn't feel wrong.
It doesn't feel wrong. I think it's nostalgic for us, but I mean, even your nicer work trousers. We saw Sienna Miller, I forgot what show, wearing this gorgeous white lacy skirt. It felt so different than a moto jacket. Not predictable. Again, like anybody would have been like a faux fur, or a structured blazer. It was like a black, heavy moto jacket with this very dainty, delicate dress.
Love that. So dig out your moto jackets.
Moto jacket over everything.
Wrong jacket theory.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know, we're loving it. So now the other really easy way to update your style this spring without spending money is embracing color trends. Color trends are like a double-edged sword. On one hand, you don't want to blindly follow them because not every color flatters all of us.
Have you done that? What is it called?
No.
I keep meaning to ask you if you have. What's it called? The color.
It's like color analysis.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have it.
No.
I thought you were going to be like, yes, I'm a warm summer or whatever. Okay, we should do it.
You know, some of my subscribers on YouTube say, like, tell me to, because I've actually asked them, like, should I
Okay.
get it done? They're like, yes, you'll love it. And kind of like, as much as I'm flexible, I kind of want to wear what I want to wear, and I don't want it to influence my mind. It's weird. Like, I'm protecting myself from
Right.
somebody telling me I don't look good in
Or
black,
or to like dye your hair.
which I already know that. I know my natural color is best, but I don't
I
like to
mean,
listen to that.
That's a sensitive subject. We should do an episode on hair, actually.
too.
Because we've got a lot of it.
That's right. A lot of secrets and issues in
Yes.
there, yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many secrets. So many secrets. Priscilla came by one day when I was sick to bring me
Uh-huh.
soup.
This is our neighbor.
Yes, I was sick, taking a shower, my hair air drying. When she came to the door, my hair was natural. I had to apologize. It was scary. So anyway, hair to come. Okay, but so color. You know, Pantone says this is the color of the year, and the runway.
Which
Yes.
people are making fun of. It's like moose brown. And people are like, this is like dirty dishwater color.
Saw KitchenAid or someone said butter was the color. It was yellow.
Better yellow.
Sometimes it's obvious. You're like, okay, cool. I'm not going to do that. But how do you let these color trends guide you?
Right now, butter yellow is huge. Red, ballerina pink.
That's easy.
That moose brown, burgundy is here to stay. One day we woke up and it was all the rage. Those 4 colors are very hot.
Okay.
Cherry red, buttermilk, moose brown, and ballerina pink. Those are the ones that fashion gods deem very
Those feel
trendy.
doable.
They are doable.
Buttermilk. I don't know.
You know what I
Ballerina
like?
pink.
So this has been happening since fall. People were like, yes, it's going to be yellow. How are you going to be wearing yellow for Thanksgiving? It just makes sense. But I joke that like it feels like people like the fashion industry are trying to make butter yellow into like it's so fetch, you know?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
When is this going to stop? What gives me hope is that moment in to lose a guy in 10 days.
Of course, we all know the dress.
And like that, like, okay, I can do it. Like that gives me hope. Like I can. Yeah, I can do it
For sure.
in some way.
So
If it-
then you learn the colors. You just went through them.
knowing what they are, seeing if you have them and if you like them. You know, if you don't like them, throw them out. Gift them, thrift them. It's a good way to
Yes.
go through your closet and be like, okay, ballerina pink is in. Let's see what I have. Now I hate it. Okay, take it out. So you
Right.
can find what you like.
You don't have to do head to toe. You mentioned monochromatic. Maybe it's your nail polish.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and I think just being aware, you don't have to blindly follow, but you get confidence. Like, yeah, this is an informed decision. I chose this pink sweater because I know things, and it's
I
just
know
the
things.
smallest. It's the smallest piece of information. Instead of throwing your hands up and saying it's all too much, taking a bit of what the fashion gods are saying.
Yeah. And you kind of see the harmony of the big picture because buttermilk and ballerina pink both look really beautiful with suede. And suede is a persisting trend that we'll see through the rest of the year. This is just a fabric that's here to stay. It's a color like in that beautiful kind of like chocolate or tawny brown. Those go really well with those colors. So kind of all ends up making sense in the end. And brings me to our next point of how to update your spring style prints and patterns. So you'll never guess what a hot pattern is for this
Floral for spring.
groundbreaking. But no, that's not the one.
Not it. Stripes.
Well, obviously, yes, those are in there, and
Huh.
they're in every which way. Every
Leopard.
Mm-mm.
Cheetah.
Yeah. So animal print in
Animal-
general is like here to
Okay,
stay.
now I'm confusing everyone. So
and
what is
now
it?
and now we're shifting. No, but these are all true.
Okay.
Stripes, florals, animal print. We're seeing a slight decrease in leopard print and more snakeskin is now
Wow.
elegant. You know, really feels very 2018. But I'm here for it because I still have a lot of summer 2018.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it can weave in a lot of like really nice browns and ivories and grays, and it just looks elegant.
The suede, like you said.
Mhm.
Okay. So maybe a hint of snakeskin if you're feeling sheepish about it. A belt.
Yeah, a belt is a great way. I have some boots I love, but a belt is a great way to do it. But the print is plaid.
Oh, That makes sense. I have been seeing some plaid.
You have?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I didn't end up purchasing because it looked like a raincoat, but it wasn't waterproof. It was small, checkered, black and white, and adorable.
Interesting.
So this is different than plaid, more checkered. Are you talking like preppy plaid?
Yeah, tartan, the quintessential fall holiday plaids, but with the tone
Or
colors.
spring?
Some of the buttermilk, it's more like pastel-y kind of colors in there, but plaid.
Wow. Easter is going to be
Yes, wild. Off the hook.
That's what I think of. I feel like you always do see that around Easter,
Yeah.
the pastel plaid.
Like the tweed,
yeah.
buttermilk, plaid.
So this is all coming together.
It's coming together. It makes sense.
So plaid, I feel like there's people out there with maybe a lot of plaid flats from seasons
You're
past.
so right.
I'm thinking more fall, Christmas red plaid, though. I need to think about
know.
spring.
When you go to J. Crew, they have all the plaid stuff, and you can't wear it until the next year.
I don't know if I personally have anything plaid existing or spring plaid
Yeah.
existing, but I'm going to take a look.
I mean, if you like it, like I like plaid, but I can't say that I really am excited to wear it right now. Like I'm excited to wear it in the fall, but it feels to me like it's too ingrained to wear it in the fall winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sorry.
fair. I thought I read mixed media prints, like mixing prints.
Oh, yes.
Is that always in?
There's probably more being deliberate about it, but I think you're right. It always feels like advanced styling when you're able to successfully mix prints because it feels like you know what you're doing.
I love a stripe and floral.
Oh,
I'm not saying I do this on my own, but a blouse that already has it mixed.
Hey, that's you doing it on your own.
Yeah, that's true. Making the choice, making it happen.
Yeah, it can be fun. You see some street style with leopard print, stripes, paisley. It gets busy. It can be pulled together if you choose not to clash. That reminds me of one thing that I hadn't thought to talk about with polka dots. Polka dots is a great way to mix prints and also so trendy, and we all have them.
We definitely all have polka dots. Love a polka dot. Even if it's in a
Oh,
headband.
so nostalgic.
Headband queen. If we talk about fashion faux pas, it's me wearing too many headbands. So we'll get there.
No.
I can't wear them with my headband. This
know.
is my headband.
I was destined to be in a headband with you. I love it. So our last point is the return of volume, really, all in general. We've been living in an old money, quiet luxury world. And it's, by the way, it's still here. But with this maximalism returns a little bit more volume in our bags.
Wait, talk to me about maximalism.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
We're coming off of this high of quiet luxury, of simple lines, minimalism, no logos, crisp tailoring of trousers and blouses and clean cut. Think of the row bags, just like very, you wouldn't know what it is, just minimal, right?
Quiet luxury.
So if you think about maximalism and kind of the opposite, so maybe not throwing logos everywhere, but richer fabrics, more volume, like ruffles, broader shoulders, just more.
Makes sense with the wide leg pant, right? Like
yeah.
it's more.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying not necessarily logos.
Not necessarily logos. I think we all kind of did out logo, like we almost got too much, right? Maximalism is coming from the world right now. There's a lot of change, political unrest, things going on all over globally, recession, all these things. Then maximalism starts to pop up. And it's fascinating to me that is almost like a way of rebelling.
And people expressing themselves,
Yeah.
controlling what they can. I love it.
And you know what? At heart, I'm a maximalist. I do love elegant dressing as well. As a Gemini, I feel like I can't live without either. When I see all the crazy ruffles going down the runway, which is exactly what my wedding dress looked like, I look like a ruffle explosion piñata. That's what it was. Then I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. But in particular, like bags, we had such small bags that were so limiting for so long. We're seeing bigger bags come back into play again. Medical bags where they have like the tote that are kind of like more of like, you can kind of picture the kind of rounded edges and belted and kind of inconvenient. I mean, they're not super easy to carry because most of the time they're like handled but voluminous, so then they end up being really clunky.
For moms, this is great news.
It is great news. We need
Mary Poppins bags.
Trains.
We need
goldfish.
And we could never stop carrying big bags, so whatever.
The other thing I remembered from watching runway footage is carrying two bags deliberately. Like you're carrying your small bag and you're carrying your big bag. It's not like you're trying to hide the big bag. We can all do this starting today. I think I'm already doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm taking my smaller bag and putting it inside my bigger bag. This is a bad example of a backpack today, but I take my big bag and I have another bag inside to organize my items. So I will just carry them out on the outside.
Yeah. I love that.
Oh, that is amazing. We got all the stuff. No excuses to not have your snacks ready.
Fashion regrets.
Fashion regrets. My fashion regret is wearing too many headbands. I still love headbands, but they became like part of my head. You told me you didn't recognize me once because I wasn't wearing a headband. And that's when I was like, okay, we got to rein it in.
I meant that with love.
I know, but it was fine. And I was actually proud. I was like, great, I'm not wearing a headband. I'm dealing with it like a security headband. You know, like it made me feel comfortable and safe. I'm moving away from that. I still have so many, but I haven't worn one in a while. So I'm going to leave it at that for me.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I don't even think you can consider that a faux pas because they're functional and they add layers and stuff. All the things we want, you know, in a way, it's like you being stylish, picking out a headband. It shows
Your thoughtful. For me, I was thinking about what headband I was wearing and how it was completing my outfit. It is an easy way to look put together.
it is. Yeah. So many bad hair days, no time, you know. I would say that for me, and I talk about this all the time, which is why I feel so good and not bad telling people that they're doing this, is shopping for my fantasy self, not shopping for my everyday life that I need things for. It's more like I really love this ridiculous skirt, dress, or shoes, and seeing somewhere in the future that I might wear it to this, and almost manifesting. If I buy it, the occasion will come. But then what ends up happening, this happened to me for a couple of years, was like, wow, I have so many interesting things that I cannot wear every day.
Not every day. Maybe you're trying to force them when you have the one opportunity a month. You're trying to wear the fun thing you invested in.
That's a great point.
May be forced. Didn't you share some good advice before you buy something? Think about 3 different ways you could wear it.
It's just right off the top of your head. If you're at whatever store you're at and you have an item in your hand and you're so excited, don't say, I'm going to go look at Pinterest. No, like right off the top of your head with your skills and your clothes, can you picture 3 outfits of that item? And if you can't, you're going to fail. It's going to go in no man's land, and you're going to be looking at it and still looking at your closet like, wow, I don't know what to wear.
That goes back to what we talked about at the beginning, maintaining your closet and taking the time to understand what you have when you purchase something.
It's a smart investment. Many of us don't have time to sit around and, you know, fail at getting dressed in the morning. It just automatically sets you off for a bad day. Rushing, feeling disheveled, like you don't have the right thing on. We don't want to have that. We want to be efficient.
It can be back to what we talked about at the beginning, like practicing a little dress rehearsal for your clothes. Like I've only done that when I have something coming up. You mentioned this too already, so maybe we already covered it, but I'm imagining like I don't want anyone around. I don't want my husband coming in saying, oh, I like this or I don't, because I really want it to be my own opinion. Can change day to day, but you make a big mess too. I feel like you can make a real
event of it.
Maybe that's daunting, but for me, it's been like, okay, I have some time to myself. I'm going to try the stuff on. It feels good. Usually there's a big pile of stuff that you're donating or trying to thrift. That feels good too.
You bring a great point about like you don't want your husband walking in, because anytime that Nick like sees me in any outfit, he's usually like raises his eyebrow and he's like, oh, like he'll make some smart comment and he says he hates it
or he loves it. And
usually
he doesn't usually love it.
If I'm wearing like, you know, it's stuff you never think would be a thing. He's like, wow, you look great. I'm like, what? Wait, like a jogger set. So yeah, that's really important.
Make sure you have your own voice, your own judge or critic.
Great.
Thank you. I'm inspired to pull it together a little bit. He's a prep for spring and the warmer weather.
I know. Fashion is fun. And if, you know, the other thing you can do too when you're doing your dress rehearsal, which I love, setting aside a piece of your closet and putting the next few weeks clothes that you think you're going to wear, you know, dedicating some space in your closet to like, this is, you know, March, April. And that'll kind of really help merchandise your closet. Like, I'm going to wear these pants with these shirts and this blazer, and just kind of section off a piece, versus sometimes people organize their closets in like categories, but maybe setting off a little side where it's just like, these are my current outfits.
Yeah, that's a great point, because why have big sweaters in the same spot all year? Move stuff around and move interesting pieces for the upcoming time period to a certain spot. I love that idea. My jeans need to be more visible. They get buried and you just grab what's there. With a little planning,
we'll be on the cover of Vogue in no time. Look out.
Rochester Vogue. Book it. If you enjoyed today's conversation, the best way to support us is by subscribing, sharing the podcast with a friend, and leaving a review. And we'd love to hear from you. Comment below or slide into our DMs. See you next time.